In this video, we're going to be talking about Form 1099 NEC. This is a form that businesses give to individuals that are being paid from that business for services. Form 1099 NEC stands for non-employee compensation. We also refer to non-employees being compensated from a business as independent contractors. Now, here's the deal. If you have a business, if you manage a business that pays any individual to their personal name, so to John Doe, $600 or more through the year for services, you must issue them a 1099 NEC. There's a couple of caveats. Number one, if you pay that individual for products, you don't issue them a 1099 NEC, or you don't include those in the 1099 NEC, assuming that you pay them both for services and products. Also, if you're reimbursing someone, that means they're making expenditures in behalf of the business, and they give you the receipt for that expenditure, and you're paying them in exchange, and you have that receipt to prove that that particular payment was not services or compensation, then that is not included in the 1099 NEC. The other little nuance is only payments in cash, check, or direct bank transfer are included in that 1099 NEC. So if you paid an independent contractor with a credit card, with a business credit card, that means the independent contractor had a service like Square and they swiped the credit card on their phone or something like that. If you pay them with a credit card, the amounts paid through the credit card are not included in the 1099 NEC. So only checks, cash, or direct bank transfers. Now, there's a little bit of a tricky situation, which is what if you pay them through Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, one of these financial technology companies that make transfers from one business to the other, or from one person to the other. Long story short, if you're paying them with your bank account, not with a credit card, you will include them. Now, in some cases, there might be duplication of reporting, because people that have a PayPal account, for example, PayPal reports to them what they have received in business services, and there might be a duplication there, but it's going to be up to the independent contractor to keep good records of all the monies coming in to make sure that there's no duplication of reporting in those 1099s coming from both the company and the PayPal account or whatever it happens to be. So it's really important that you, if you are the business issuing payments to independent contractors, that you keep a good set of books like QuickBooks. This is my weapon of choice anyway, to have a good record of when you're paying for services, how you pay them, and whether or not you pay them for services or not. And in the other side of the spectrum, if you are an individual that received the 1099 NEC, and that is under your name, basically be aware that that company has told the IRS and the state that you have received X amount of money into your bank account or into yourself personally for compensation, which means the IRS is going to be expecting to see that amount reported as business income in your personal tax return. Whether or not you own a business or not, or you don't think you own a business, if you receive a 1099 NEC, that means you are an independent contractor, and that means you have a sole proprietor business. That means you have to pull up your Schedule C in your personal tax return, report the income, and also you can reduce some of that against business deductions and ultimately pay the tax on the net of that. Now, I'm going to put a couple of links in the description below, a couple of videos to explain or expand a little bit farther on this concept. One video that I have, make sure you check that one out, actually talks about if you're an employer, whether or not you're allowed to pay someone as payroll, as an employee, or if you're allowed to pay them as an independent contractor. Keep in mind that most businesses prefer to pay people through a 1099 NEC as an independent contractor so they can bypass payroll taxes and payroll processing fee. But the IRS doesn't just allow anyone to make that choice. There are specific rules that allow you or disallow you to be able to take or be able to report that particular person as an independent contractor and not an employee. So make sure you check out that video, because that's going to give you a lot of information about that. I've also posted another video in the description to show you how to prepare a 1099 NEC using QuickBooks. QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop, there's a video for each one of them. And the most important one, there's a video for tax deductions. So you want to know what are the most important tax deductions not to miss out. If you receive a 1099 NEC and you want to reduce your tax burden, you definitely want to check that out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel. Ask any questions in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one.